All right, friends, welcome to lesson 21, and away we go. I am doing this lesson and posting it early. Um, Today I had a little bit more time this morning to get started, but one goes out to Emma. This one's for you. Hopefully, I can be ahead of myself a little bit more often. We're all still trying to figure out how to kind of juggle 2020 and education and COVID and balancing everything along with our regular lives, right? So I'm really proud of all of us. We're really doing a nice job. So thank you for keeping on, and we'll just keep working together and letting us know when we need each other's help. Okay. So thank you for everything you do for me. And let's get rolling on lesson 21. Now, lesson 21 is going to be very similar to Wednesday's lesson of 20. We're going to be dividing multi-digit numbers, 3 and 2 digit dividends by 2 digit divisors, and we're going to be solving for 1 digit quotients again with remainders. So tomorrow for Friday's lesson, it will get bumped up to 2 digit quotients. So get ready for that. But for now, let's go ahead and know what color will we do this time. Take a guess. What do you think I'm going to choose? If you chose orange, you were right. All right. So we are going to be practicing multi-digit division, single digit quotients with remainders. So let's go ahead and get started with the expression of 256 divided by 47. Now we're going to use our estimating skills to help us figure out a starting point of what we should divide by. So remember, we round the divisor, so that would go to 50. And so we're looking at trying to figure out approximately what would 256 divided by 50 be? And that's what we're going to start with and see if we can work from there. Well, if we count by fives, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then we think about five tens, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, we see that approximately there could be five answers or five groups, equal groups. So 256 divided by 50 is approximately 5. So let's go ahead and start with that. So let's go ahead and put our divisor on the outside, the dividend inside. We're going to do 256 divided by 47. We're going to try five groups of 47 first. Well, I don't know what that is off the top of my head. So I'm going to set it up over to the left. 5 times 4 is 12 plus 3 is 15. That should give us a. That is a wrong answer, Mr. Briggs. Let me just back up. 5 times 4 is not 15. 5 times 4 is 20. Plus 3 more is 23. 235. Let's see what that looks like. Let's subtract 235 and see what we're left with. See what remaining. So we got 1 remaining in the ones, 2 remaining in the tens. And we know that we're 5 groups was the right number because the remainder is smaller than our divisor. And anytime that happens, we know that we can't do any more equal groups, whole groups. So we know that the quotient is equal to 5 and the remainder is equal to 21. Again, let's take it a little bit further. Let's be more than a fifth grade student and let's show it as a fraction. Well, it was 5 wholes and 21 parts of the divisor of 47. So we would need about 26 more pieces to make another whole. Great. So let's do a quick check. Now that's quotient times divisor. So, and I like to write it as an expression to keep building that skill up. 5 times 47, so quotient times divisor. And we have to do that first, and then we can add back the remainders. So 5 times 47 was 235 plus 21, and that would be 256, right? Oops, 256. Check. And I love a good satisfying check mark. All right. I think you guys are really getting the hang of this. Let's go ahead and move on to another practice. Remember, if I'm ever going too fast for you, slow me down by pausing. What color pen do you think? Actually, like, what color background for this math round? If you guessed yellow, you're right. Sorry if that's too bright. We're going to give it a shot. Let's go ahead and practice 236 divided by 39. Again, let's practice, use our estimating skills to see how close we can get and what number we should start with, how many equal groups we should start with. Well, 39 should round to 40, right? Well, 4 times 8 would be 24. So 4 tens times 8 would be 240. That's too many. So I'm going to try to do 7 groups. I think that will work. Right? 7 groups should be, no, I am doing the wrong math. I was doing 4 times 8. I was like, what is going on here? All right. My apologies. I hope you were yelling at your screen when I was saying all of that. 4 times 6 is 24. So I'm going to think that's 1 too many. So I'm going to try 5 groups. At least I caught that mistake without you catching it for me. But hopefully you're all yelling at your screen like, what are you talking about, Briggs, right? Come on. All right. So let's start with that. Let's go ahead and do 236 divided by 39. Well, let's try with 5. Let's start with 5. So 39 times 5. See if I can actually do the mathematics. This one, 3 times 5 is 15. Plus 4 is 19. So let's subtract that. See what we get. Well, isn't that something? Now, when we have, oops, I can't use a yellow highlighter in yellow, right? There we go. When we have a remainder that is larger than the divisor, we know that we should be trying another group. Okay, so let's go ahead and try dividing it by 6 this time. Okay, or using 6, I shouldn't say dividing by 6. Let's try 6 equal groups. So 39 times 6, that would be 54. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 5 more is 234. That is going to get us nice and close. So sometimes our estimate is off, and we have to rework it by knowing how to analyze our answers and our remainders. So our quotient should be 6R2, 6 with a remainder of 2. So Q is equal to 6, R is equal to 2. And if we show it as a fraction, it would be 6 with 2 over 39. Great. Now, quotient times divisor plus remainder. So 6 times 39, parentheses, because that has to be done first, plus 2. Well, 6 times 39 was 234, plus 2. That should give us 236, and a beautiful big check mark. Awesome. Great. Done. Now notice, when you make mistakes, correct them. Try to be aware of what you're working on. That is very powerful thinking, and then your brains are firing synapses every time that happens, and you're just getting smarter and smarter. So nice job. Way to go. Let's try another. Let's do 2 more, and then we'll unleash you on the problem set. What color background do you predict I'll choose this time? Ooh, that is nice color. All right, let's go ahead and work on 369 divided by 46. So we have to think, well, 46 is close to 50. And if we counted by 5 tens, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and we're talking 10, so that would be 350, 400. Which one do you think, 350 or 400? Probably 350, which would be 7 groups. Okay, we'll see if that works. We'll start there, right? So let's go ahead and grab the actual numbers and put them in the standard algorithm and see what we get. Let's start with 7. Let's see what we do. 46 times 7. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 4 more would be 322. Now I'm already kind of thinking maybe 8 groups. Well, I'm going to just do the math real quick for 8 groups because I feel like 322 is going to give me a remainder way larger than 46. Let's just show that real quick. See if I was right in my thinking. Yeah, well, 47, exactly. It wasn't way more, but I did think that it was more. I'm just going to back that up, and we're going to use 8 groups. So what is 8 times 46? So 48, 8 times 4 is 32, plus 4 more is 36. So 368 gives us a remainder of 1, right? Q equals 8, R equals 1. Now we can do it. Oh, I almost forgot about our fraction. 8 with 1 over 46. Now we can do our quotient times divisor plus remainder check. Quotient times divisor plus the remainder. And we said 368 plus 1, which equals 369, and that's a beautiful check mark. All right, let's go on to the last problem that we're going to practice together. And what color do you think I'm making the background this time? Ooh, I went gray. Different. All right, let's go. 712 divided by 94. I kind of like this gray, though. All right. Well, 94 is kind of, if we'd round that, it's approximately 90, right? So if we think about counting by 9 tens, 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72. 72 is already too much, right? So let's go down to 63. And let's do, which would be 630 because I'm talking about tens, right? So let's do 7 groups and see if what that gives us. So let's go ahead and set it up in standard algorithm, 712 divided by 94. And we're going to start with 7. Well, let's just do the multiplication over on the side, see how well we do. 7 times 63 plus 2 is 65. I think that's going to be good because 94 is close to 100. So I would need to be around 620 to be worried that that's not the right number of groups. So let's go ahead and try it and subtract it and see what we're remaining. But I like to try to think using my number sense to figure it out before I get there. So we got 6. Oh, yeah, that would turn to 0. So now we have to regroup. Should be 54. Remaining 54. Great. Now we need to do Q equals R equals. Show it as a fraction. 54 parts out of the 94. And then let's do the quotient times divisor plus remainder. Quotient times divisor plus remainder. So 7 times 94 was 658 plus 54. Well, I'm going to stack those two up. 658 plus 54. 12, 11, 712. That is exactly what we got. Great. Love the check mark. Now, actually, I want to import the problem set and challenge you to think about one of the word problems that you're going to have to do. Where is it? I don't know if you can see my page or just see the work while I'm scrolling through these pages to look for exit ticket 21. Here we go. It's opening up, importing it. It's probably the wrong page. That's the wrong page. That's the exit ticket. Mr. Briggs, come on. It's the problem set, and I want, I think, 3rd page. Come on, Briggs. Yes, this is the one. Now, just want you to think about question 3 while you're doing it. Assume that Mrs. Jiang's car travels 14 miles on each gallon of gas. Not a very good, efficient vehicle. It must be like a big SUV. But if she travels to visit her niece, who lives 133 miles away, how many gallons of gas will Mrs. Jiang need to make the round trip. So whatever you get as your answer, multiply it by 2 or double it, because then, so this one, I did it this way, because if you double the miles first, and then solve for it, you're going to have a 2-digit quotient. And we haven't talked about how to solve for that. So do it this way and then double your answer, and you should be fine. I think you'll be fine on the rest of the problem set. I just wanted to give you that little heads up. Do what you can. Contact me if you need my help. Emma, hopefully this helps you. Hopefully it helps everybody else by being posted early, and I'll do this as often as I can. All right, guys, nice job. Go on to the exit ticket or the problem set, do the problem set, and then practice, show your work on your exit ticket. Oh man, I can't talk right now. Nice job. Great work. Good luck today.